You're hemorrhaging money right now. Not from like Netflix, not from that overpriced coffee, but from that course that you bought and, never finished. The cost of not knowing how to make $1 million is exactly costing you $1 million every year. Just sit with that for a second. Like every single day, you know how to make 10 grand a month. You're losing 10 grand a month. Like that's the meter that's running 100 grand, $1 million. That's the invoice that's adding up. And so you're paying it with your life, with your time, with your joy, like your purpose. But what really kills me is like wait, what it actually is like what really makes me mad is like you're worried about the wrong expenses. I had this call last week with this guy, very smart guy, been quote unquote like building his business for 3 years, and you know what he wanted to talk about? Like his logo, his design of his logo, like the style. And meanwhile, and I'm not making this up at all. Like he hadn't made a sale in 6 months. He got 17 drafted emails that he wants to send out. Scared to send out, 30 different social posts. He's sitting on a product that could help thousands of people, like just instantly. Incredible guy, incredible product. But he's worried about his website logo and his code on his website that's not right, like a couple things. So, and imagine you're bleeding out and you have like this severe artery on your leg and you're just like bleeding out, and you ask the paramedic like, hey, does my hair look okay? Like your business card, your logo, your colors, like nobody cares. Your website code, like like nobody cares. Should you be an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp? When you're making $0, it literally doesn't matter. And so, or like what CRM should I use? Like you have no customers. Like it doesn't matter. And so you're perfecting like your morning routine while your business burns. And you're worrying about things that have literally, they don't even matter at all. And the thing, like the biggest expense isn't in your P&L. It's not in your QuickBooks. It's the opportunity cost of not knowing what actually matters. And look, here's what nobody wants you to hear. If you're not drowning, you don't need swimming lessons. Like you need air. And so I see people who need cash like this week, reading another book on mindset. Like just stop doing that. You don't need a meditation. You don't need all these, another course or this other system or this other thing. Like you need money. You don't need to heal your inner child or this trauma. Like you need to make payroll. You need to make money. And so you don't need another way to optimize your funnel or another funnel for that matter, or another funnel tool. You need a customer, like one customer, preferably more, but one is a great start than when you have none. And there's a sequence to this. Like everybody gets it completely backwards. Like week 1, get cash, any cash, legal cash. That is what you want. Sell something, anything. Like put yourself out there. Week 2, stop bleeding, stop the recurring losses. And then week 3, like start building the basic systems, like nothing fancy, just a proof of concept, like get it out there. Week 4 and beyond, now you can fix like some root causes. Now you can journal, like you can meditate on your relationship with money if you'd like, but not the other way around, like never the other way around. And so survival first, that is always how you get to actualization later. And so when the plane loses pressure, like you put on your oxygen mask first, not because you're selfish, but because you can't save anybody else when you're unconscious. And so really, like, let me tell you something that really will just, it triggers everybody. I can't afford a coach. Cool. You know what you can't afford? Another year of figuring this out yourself. Like the opportunity cost is far more than hiring a coach for $10 or $20, even $30,000. When you pay for experience and listen, because this is important, you're not paying for information. You can get information anywhere. You can watch YouTube videos and read books. Heck, you can even ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT pretty much knows everything. Google has infinite answers for you. So why are you still broke? Because information without perspective and the right question to ask, it's useless, right? Like if you don't know what questions to ask, then it pretty much doesn't matter what information you get because you seeded it with the wrong question. And so, for instance, like imagine having all the ingredients for a 5-star meal, but you don't know what a kitchen is. Like you've got everything, like all the ingredients, but you don't know how to cook it in what utensil, or even like which oven, how long you cook it for. And so when you pay for experience, here's what you're actually buying. You're buying 10 years, sometimes 20, 30 years compounded into 10 hours. And someone else is like, you're not having to reinvent the wheel. You're buying their scar tissue of becoming, and really you're buying their roadmap. Mistakes that you'll never make because somebody already made them for you. Like they bled out that lesson. And so connections that might have took them a decade to build, and permission to charge what you're worth because somebody who's done it is telling you that it's okay. And like the market is doing this and this is what you can do. And so that confidence comes from borrowed certainty. You're not buying information, you're buying time. You're buying certainty. And time, like honestly, it's the only thing that you can't make more of. But wait, like, people, where it gets really crazy is like, yeah, you can use ChatGPT. You can write your entire sales page. You can build it, your funnel, and you can create an entire marketing strategy, and it all has access to all the human knowledge pretty much, like collectively in the large language model. So I ask, like, why aren't you rich yet? Because you don't know what questions to ask. You literally don't know what you don't know. And you can't Google your way out of a problem that you can't articulate and you can't understand. You're searching for symptoms, not causes. And so it's like being lost in a forest with a perfect map, like with a map that you actually look at of a different forest. And when you're in a different forest with a different map, like you're going to get lost. And the tool, it's not your problem. It's your frame of reference that's the problem. And so you're solving the wrong problem perfectly. You're optimizing for the wrong things flawlessly. And so you're getting really good at stuff that doesn't matter, right? And so this is why coaching isn't teaching. It's how do I explain this? It's perception assault. A good coach doesn't just give you the answers. They break your current way of seeing things. They ask questions that short circuit your mental patterns and give you a new paradigm. They show you the prison that you were in and you didn't even know you were in it. And so you think you might need more information. You don't, I promise you. You need someone to grab you by the shoulders and turn you around so that you can see the door of what's behind you and know the path that you're trying to actually find. And here's the thing that nobody really wants to admit. I'll figure it out myself, right? I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do more research. Like, that's cute. Like, how's that going for you? How's that's working out? Like, you've been in research mode and trying to figure it out for most people, 5 years. And you've been about to have this breakthrough for how long, right? Your kids are watching you figure it out. Your spouse is tired of hearing about figuring it out. Your landlord doesn't give a crap about you figuring it out, or your bill people, they don't care. And so every self-made millionaire I know, they bought shortcuts, every single one. They paid for masterminds, they hired consultants, they bought access, right? They understood that figuring it out yourself is a luxury that you cannot afford when you're broke. And so your pride, it's really costing you everything. The cost of, I got this, is years of your life, quite literally years, if not decades. And so the price of I don't need help is watching others, other people with half your talent and half a quarter of your work ethic, lap you because they were willing to pay for the cheat codes. They were willing to pay for the fast track there. And so here's the paradigm shift that you need to think about that changes everything. Stop seeing a coach as an expense. It's not an expense. Start seeing it as ignorance, as a subscription, right? You are already paying. You are paying every single day. You're just paying to stay stuck instead of paying to move forward. And not knowing is the most expensive thing that you are buying right now. Think about that. Don't know how to close deals or sales. Don't know how to actually focus on what matters. And every no should, is money you should have had, in the sales game. Every focus and actually what matters to move the needle in business is the thing that saves you hundreds or thousands of hours. It's the determination between making millions of dollars or making a couple $1,000s. And so you don't know your worth. You are subsidizing somebody else's lifestyle while you're undercharging. And so if you don't know how to scale, you're trading your time for money forever. And so I call it ignorance tax. That compounds daily, and it's the only investment with a guaranteed negative return. And so meanwhile, you're over there worried about $470 course of being too expensive. Like you want to buy it, but it's too expensive, right? And that course like could show you how to make an extra $5,000 in the next 30 days or $50,000 in the next 30 days. But sure, like save that, that couple $100 or that $97 to keep that money. Like that is the smart thing to do. Like watch it do nothing while you lose another month of the potential income, the opportunity cost, which is far greater than any investment into yourself. And so the math is so obviously painful. Like if you think about it, like what happened to actually like get you here, right? Think about that. Like look at all the times of what you have actually paid. And when you think about it, like I paid like $25,000 for a mastermind once, 25K. I paid many more, but this mastermind was very unique and particular in one way. So, and you know what I did? Like in that first 20 minutes that I showed up there, like I've been solving the wrong problem for 2 years, 2 entire years. And this is one of the first masterminds that I invested that much, and it was a lot at the time. And so the problem that I thought I had wasn't the problem at all. The solution that I was building wasn't the solution. The market I was targeting wasn't my market. And so 20 minutes, 2 years of misdirection corrected in literally 20 minutes. And so that's $25,000 divided by 2 years of wasted effort. So if I could pay $25K to be 2 years younger or have 2 years back, like suddenly that investment to me, like it looked like the deal of the century. Like it was the best deal I ever made. And so the thing is though, is like I wouldn't have seen it without someone else's perspective. Like I was too close to the problem and I was just breathing basically like my own exhaust, right? And so I couldn't read the label like from the inside of the jar. If you're like on the inside of the jar, you can't read the label. And look, like I'll be honest with you, like you're not stupid, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you don't have all this trauma you need to go through. You're just using the wrong lens. You're looking through the wrong lens. And so you're looking at your situation through a perspective. It's just going to keep you stuck. And you literally cannot think your way out of this thinking that got you here in the first place. Like trying to solve the same level of problem that created it in the first place, like with the same mind, that is just insanity. Like it's impossible. It's like trying to smell your own breath or tickle yourself. Like you might get a little hint of it or a little laugh, but like the mechanism, it just doesn't work that way. Like you need an internal interruption, like a pattern to break yourself. And so you need someone or something that can show you what you are not seeing, because what you are not seeing is costing you quite literally everything. And so look, you're at a crossroads, right? Like right now, today. And so, and path one, and like I promise you're at some level stuck because you don't want to invest into somebody else, or you just want to try and figure it out. And I get that. Like it feels good to figure something out yourself, but it takes oftentimes 10 to 100 times longer. And so if you keep doing what you're doing, keep figuring it out, keep bleeding out slowly, like keep paying that ignorance tax, like watch another year pass by and wonder why everybody else seems to be moving faster. Or path two, like you can admit that you need help, pay for perspective, compress the time and stop bleeding, start building and watch your entire reality shift in a matter of weeks instead of years. And so the cost is never the question. Like it's never about what the thing costs. The question is like, how much can you afford not to know? Because that is the ultimate cost. And so every day you wait, the meter will keep running. Like the ignorance tax just keeps compounding and the opportunities keep passing. And so your future self is either going to thank you or blame you for the decisions that you're making right now today. And so the thing is like, and this is, I really want you to hear this, is like the fact that you don't know, that is not the problem. The problem is pretending that you do know. That is the problem, is like acting, like time is free, right? Oh, I have enough time. I'll figure it out myself. I got the time. Like the problem is treating your ego like it's more valuable than your future. And you're not buying coaching or courses or masterminds or books or any of that. Like you're buying time. You're buying clarity. You're buying perspective. And so you're buying the years you won't figure it out what somebody has already done. Like they already know it. And so that is it. And that is the best investment you'll ever make. So start today. The meter's running.